Hello, my Facebook people out there. YouTube people, basically. Um,
Hi,
I'm
mommy.
trying to do a video, and I'm in the middle of doing a video, but I can't seem to actually get my face in here.
Hurry
Um,
outside. What's this?
so I don't know. I don't know, people. It's just not coming out right because I guess I'm not in the right place.
Can I have a piece?
I tried to do a second video about love, but for some reason that video really didn't come into materialism. I can't seem to get the lighting in here right, so you probably can't see me still. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about black women being comfortable in their own skin and what makes them happy. I understand that there are black men out there that want us to wear no makeup, no fingernail polish. They want us to wear our hair in its natural state. They don't even want us to wear perms. I know you can take care of your hair, wash it and condition it, because every black girl grew up, most of them grew up with their natural hair being braided and all that, things like that. Even my daughter was wearing her hair natural and little pat palms and little things like that, until, like I said, you can't see nothing in here, so until I did put a little perm in her hair. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, the joys of being an adult means that you're allowed to look how you want to look. Now, I can understand that a man might say, well, I'd rather you to be in tip-top shape, and I'd rather you to have a weave out of your hair, and I'd rather you to wear your natural hair and wear no makeup and no fingernail polish, whatever. And I understand what he's saying, and I even understand where he's coming from. Black culture embracing our looks.
We don't even
I'm doing a video. But part of our culture is also being creative. Part of our culture is wearing wigs. Part of our culture is wearing extensions. Part of our culture is wearing weaves. That's part of something that we originated. Whether you want to call it self-hate or not self-hate. The bottom line is, if it makes a person feel good about themselves when they get a weave in their hair, or if they get extensions in their hair, and they are an adult, then they should be allowed to do just that. That is the joys of being an adult. Being comfortable in your own skin simply means being comfortable with however you choose to look. You might want purple hair. I've seen women cut half of their hair off and let the other half hang with a weave on.
like Jordan.
To me, that looks bizarre. But as an adult, if that makes that woman happy, at the end of the day, it's about what makes the woman happy. Okay? That's what it's really about. It's about what makes you happy. Okay? Yes, we do need to learn more about how to take care of our real hair. I'm not going to take that away from anyone. I definitely believe that we should take care of our real hair more and stop, doing all this other nonsense. But at the end of the day, if it makes you feel good to have extensions in your hair down to your freaking legs or butt, if it makes you feel happy to have purple hair, if it makes you feel happy to have on purple lipstick, as a woman, as a black woman, as any woman, you should be allowed to do that because you're an adult. You're not a child. So no man should be really telling you how to look. Now, when a man says, I like a woman natural with no makeup, no jewelry, no whatever, that's good, that's fine. That's his preference. But he doesn't have a right to impose that on an adult woman. He has no right to. He can tell her you look beautiful with your natural hair. He can tell her you look good with no lipstick, you look makeup. But she has to believe that about herself. She has to be willing to do that. She has to be willing to say, let me get these chemicals off of my face. And all that. She has to believe in herself. And then she can do it. Because as long as she feels good with a weave in her hair, she's going to keep getting a weave in her hair. As long as she feels good with makeup on her face, even if it does cause her to age quicker, she's still going to do it. It's just like the man that's smoking cigarettes, and the woman says, I don't like men that smoke Black and Miles. I don't like guys that smoke cigarettes. No, I don't like it. What does that mean then? What does that mean? and she can't date him because he smokes Black and Milds, or he can't date her because she wears extensions or weaves. I mean, you know, what I would do for a man who wants natural is I would go natural just to, to go ahead and see how much I like, because I have to admit, for a few years now I've been wearing extensions in my hair, but I never really wore weaves in my hair. That's something I don't think I would ever go do. So I would try it out and see how it looks, and it is important to embrace our blackness, but totally our blackness, us as a whole. And as far as black men, I think they should just stop calling us bitches. I think they need to stop saying bitch this and bitch that, even when they're not angry. Show a little respect towards the black woman. Don't call us bitches casually, like, yeah, that bitch, blah, 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 casually talking like that. I can understand when people come from a certain way of life, and that life is so different than the other person that they just normally call the black woman a bitch. But I think it's disrespectful to call a black woman a bitch. Unless you're angry, I don't think you should refer to her as a bitch and you're just regularly talking about her. I mean, that's kind of degrading to me. But again, as black women, we need to feel comfortable in our own skin, whether we got extensions, weaves, perm, or our real natural hair, whether we have makeup. Men have no right to tell us how to look. That's the problem with men today. They control us too much. That's why we're insecure now about how we look, because of men, not because of ourselves. Most of us are insecure because of men. You see big fat women walking around here, and they have embraced their bigness. They have been comfortable in their own skin. They're not depending on a man to value them. They value themselves, and they're heavy. They're heavy. Of course, it's better to be the optimum weight of your height. But if it makes you happy to be 250 at 5'4" and 5'2", and you're confident in yourself, then at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Because remember, at the end of the day, we are still adults. And as an adult, when you think of it on that level, no man, no woman, or nobody has the right to tell me how to look or dress. Whether I should wear lipstick, makeup, eyeshadow or not, whether I should wear my hair in braids, or whether I should wear my real hair or get my real hair braided. I mean, they could make suggestions, but they don't have a right to tell me exactly what to do. I mean, that's one of I think the problems is when you have to realize that you're talking to adults on adults. You don't supposed to tell another adult what to do. You can tell them what you like and what you prefer and what your preferences are, but you can't be telling no adult what to do. And that's where the problem comes in. I think that's what causes people to clash. But again, at the end of the day, black, beautiful, powerful woman, believe in yourself and be comfortable in your own skin. And I say whatever makes you happy, because at the end of the day, it's your life and ain't nobody else's. That's like a bunch of black women coming for a man and saying, look, stop smoking Black and Mild, stop smoking marijuana. I mean, it makes him happy to do that. He likes that. Stop getting tattoos. Stop saying you don't believe in God. Stop this, stop that. I mean, you can't tell nobody that. You could tell them that you don't like that, but you can't tell a grown person what to do. So again, this is about being comfortable in your own skin. At the end of the day, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. We've been through a lot as black people. We've been told all kind of crazy things, from black, dark-skinned women being to not attractive, and light-skinned women being attractive, and all of this nonsense to break us up as part. We've been told ghetto people are nothing and middle-class blacks are better. And at the end of the day, we got to respect each other, we got to love each other, and we got to learn to love ourselves. And I don't care how you choose to love yourself, as long as you love yourself. I don't care if you put purple braids in your hair. If it makes you happy, do it. Over there in Africa, people got extensions in their hair. They got weaves in their hair. In Africa, they have perms. They have their natural hair. They have their afro hair. They have whatever makes them happy. And I'm talking about the black women. And At the end of the day, I think that's what it's about. As far as the makeup, we should do research on that so we can find out the harm that it can cause on your skin. As far as the perms, you can do research and find out what kind of harm that can cause you as well. But us going natural, all black women all over the world going natural, again, it should be their decision. It's their hair. Nobody should be telling you what to do. You're a grown person. If you want to wear a wig the rest of your life, you should be allowed to. You want to wear weaves the rest of your life, you should be allowed to as a woman. That's you. If you want to be 250 when you could be 150, that should be you. And you find a man that's going to love you and embrace you for who you are and who you want to be or who you're becoming. That's it. That's what it's all about. You know, at the end of the day. Men want women to accept them and embrace everything about them. So, because some women be like, nah, I don't like it when you cut all your braids off. I like when you have all that braids in your hair. You know, come on now. People have a right to voice their opinion. They're an adult. But at the end of the day, black women, we need to feel comfortable in our own skin. And whatever that skin that makes you comfortable, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We should not do stuff as a form of self-hate. We should not perm our hair because we hate our natural hair. We should not put weaves in our hair because we hate our natural hair. Because that is straight out a form of hate. We should not put extension braids in our hair because we hate our hair. This should be done because we just want to look different and try something different or whatever. Just like when we wear different clothes and we wear different fashions and different statements. This should just be done because we just want to look different. It shouldn't have anything to do with, oh, I hate my blackness. But bleaching your skin is only necessary to a certain extent if your complexion is uneven and you're trying to even it out. But to actually try to lighten yourself several shades lighter, just because you try to look lighter, that is a form of self-hate. But doing it to even out your skin tone is probably different. Or if you just drink a lot of water and eat some vegetables and drink your vegetables and your fruits with a fruit mix and grinder, then your complexion can glow and you don't have to do anything that's going to cause long-term damage. But again, this topic was about being comfortable in your own skin. Power to the women who wear their hair natural, who wear no makeup, or who only wear lipstick. Power to them, and power to those who feel comfortable with the weaves and the extensions and the perms, even the makeup. Power to both of them, because the bottom line is we as black women, at the end of the day, we have to feel comfortable in how we look. That's what it's about. It's not about what a man this and a man that. It's about what we want for ourselves. And as we do that, we will find men that will want us for us. Whether we got weaves, extensions, our natural hair, makeup or no makeup. The men that love us for ourselves will embrace and accept us completely. But at the end of the day, we have to first embrace and love ourselves so that a man will not be determining to us if we look good or not. A man would not have anything to do with us really feeling beautiful about ourselves, because we would know within our own selves that we're beautiful, and we have to have that belief in ourselves. And I think that's one of the other biggest problems in life. If you want to wear the extensions and you take them out of your hair and wear your real hair just because somebody told you, then you're being a puppet, even if natural is the best way to go. At the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with yourself. The extensions should come out because you really want them out, because you really want to see how your hair looks natural and you can start taking care of your hair natural. But you should not go natural if you don't really want to go natural, because now you're being fake. At the end of the day, you got to be truthful with yourself, comfortable with yourself. You can experiment and you can try. You could at least be flexible and try and say, you know what, I'm going to get my real hair taken care of. I'm going to experiment, even if it's only for a month, and wear my real hair. You could experiment. It's not a crime to try it out like that. And try it out and see if you like it, because at the end of the day, you are the one walking around with this head and hair. You're the one looking in the face and looking at your face every day. So you are the one that's going to have to embrace it, love it, take care of it. And not let a man determine your beauty and your worth. Not let a man decide if you're good or not. Oh, she ain't good because she's overweight. No, you have to love yourself. And if you choose to, if you choose to want to, if you choose to want to weigh more, than you weigh, then that should be on you. It shouldn't be, well, I'm not good enough. Well, how come you're not good enough, Mary? Because he said I should be weighing at least 130 and 120. That's why women are so insecure today. Women are insecure. Well, men, you pretty much brainwash women into being insecure. When you say stuff like, well, I want her stomach to be flat. The girl done had 5 kids now. Her stomach be done stretched out. Or sometimes she just had 1 kid and it stretched out her stomach permanently. What's she supposed to do now? Her stomach is permanently ruined. Men need to realize that we go through a lot as women. We need somebody that's going to love us and respect us and accept us and embrace us totally and completely. That's where the problem lies in, when men start saying, oh, I think everything on the body should be tight this, tight that, tighten it up. And then you wonder why some women are insecure about how they look. No matter what they see in the mirror when they look back, they're insecure. Because you got people, and I ain't even gonna say people, I'm just saying men going around telling them, oh, you're not good enough. You got this sagging on you, you got that sagging on you. But then they supposed to be black empowerment men. If you are trying to empower the black woman, you don't put the black woman down. You don't casually call her a bitch. And you don't say, most black women ain't got nothing in their head to talk about. What about the women like me that can talk about politics? I could talk about world problems. I could talk about the economy. I could talk about martial law. I could talk about the FEMA camps. I could talk about mind controls on commercials and backward messages and subliminal messages on how to brainwash the mass of the people. I could talk about secret societies. I could talk about possible UFOs. I could talk about body invasions. I could talk about how a lot of the movies today kind of represent what's really happening on the down low. I could talk about the evils of this and the evils of that and the Walmart. I could talk about the coming falling of the economy and the chips and everything. I am a well-rounded woman as far as when it comes to conversation. I reached out to a man once. I said, listen, I like the way you talk. Let's talk. Let's share some ideas together. And the guy, he seemed like a very strong person the way he talks. But when I asked him a simple thing like, hey, let's reach out and talk and share some ideas together, he starts saying, well, I don't want to do that. I do videos. I don't want to talk. And I said, here's my phone number. Call me. I gave him both of my numbers, home and cell. And he's like, I don't trust you. Just like that. I don't trust you. And I don't call people unless they, I don't call nobody just because they want me to call them. All this was a simple thing. Me admiring somebody's conversation, the things they've been putting out there, because some of the things they've been putting out there I'm aware of and I know myself. I wanted to let him know that there was some black women out there that actually had a brain and could talk to him on a deep and profound level. And he shut me down. And I didn't get a chance to really show him, look, I actually got a brain. I can actually talk to you on a deep, profound level. But you have to let me. Then another thing is the religion thing. He doesn't really believe in a higher power, I don't think. I'm not sure. But even if you do or don't, it should still be open for discussion. That's what I'm saying. But he's like, you don't even want to talk about it. But that's the only thing I'm saying is, if a man wants a smart woman, or he wants a woman that can be insightful, or can talk about stuff on levels that's kind of close to his level, at least give a woman a chance. I can't show you anything, men out there, if you don't let me prove it. See, that's what the problem is. I can't show you nothing if you don't let me prove it. So if I open out an invitation to call you and talk to you, or you call me and talk to me, how, and you say no, how am I going to show you that there's some women out there that can talk on a deep, profound level? Because the women you keep bumping into can only talk about bubblegum and hair and makeup and somebody on Love and Hip Hop. I can talk about that too, but I can also talk to you on deep and profound levels. I told you before many a time, if this person is even looking at this video, which he probably ain't, I said I'm a seeker of the truth. That should tell you right there, I'm a seeker of the truth. That should tell you that I'm going to be seeking out things about martial law, same-sex marriages, FEMA camps, the CHIP, New World Order, MLK, mind control, body snatchers. I'm going to be seeking and learning life after death, hell, heaven, spirituality, the Bible, the mix-up of the Bible, the corruption, the missing books of the Bible. I'm going to be deep into this thing. I'm going to be seeking the truth and continuing to seek the truth until I get the answers to the truth. And like I was saying, again, women, we must be comfortable in our own skin at the end of the day. The worstest thing I think we can do as women is try to totally cater to men and not learn to love ourselves. How are we going to totally love ourselves if everything we do evolves around a man? Well, I can't wear that because he don't want me to. I can't wear that dress. I can't wear that color dress because he don't like that color. I can't this again. How do we be free as women and still be with a man if a man has got us on a leash like a dog and constantly telling us every little move? We even got men today that tell us, that got the nerve to tell us what a real woman is. Well, this is what a real woman is. Somebody that got a car and a job and money and can cook like my mother and all. That ain't got nothing to do with being a real woman. A real woman is somebody that got your back, whether she got a car, job, and know how to cook or not. That's a real woman. And I think we need to have a conference on what a real woman is, because I think a lot of black men don't have really a clue. But again, like I was saying to the black women out there and to all women that's listening, the key to believing in yourself is at the end of the day being comfortable in your own skin. That's what it's about. And if you feel comfortable with an afro blowing in the wind, or your weave blowing in the wind, or your extensions blowing in the wind, or your wavy biracial mixed hair, or your permed hair, or just your natural hair, or the growing out of perm or whatever, that's the only thing at the end of the day that counts. You cannot be confident in yourself until you've totally embraced yourself. And you can only embrace yourself if you're comfortable with yourself. Alicia Keys got rid of the makeup, but she actually felt more comfortable. And so that was the key. And her husband was supportive. He loved her whether she wore makeup or not. And that was a good thing about him, because he wasn't trying to tell his wife how to look. He wasn't saying, well, honey, I'd rather to see you with no makeup. He didn't pressure her into how she should look. He loved her and embraced her. And then she came about her own embracing, because again, at the end of the day, what is it that we have to be women? Comfortable in our own skin. That's where we have to get at in life. Learning to be comfortable with our own skin and finding a man that's going to accept that and embrace us, whether it's our education level he accepts, our financial level, any kind of problems and mishaps and mistakes that we've made and fallen, because nobody's perfect, our weight, our height, the size, everything. We've got to find men that's going to accept us and embrace us. And that's when we'll have something. And at the same token, at the end of the day, we still have to feel comfortable in our own skin. So whatever makes you feel good as a woman, that's what you're supposed to do. Ain't nobody got no business telling you how you should look and what you should wear. They can tell you what they like and what they prefer in a woman and things like that, but they don't have no right to talk to you like you're their child and start telling you, don't do this and don't do that, because If it was on the other shoe on the foot, they wouldn't want you telling them to don't smoke marijuana, don't call women bitches, and don't smoke Black and Miles, and don't act like you know everything, and don't act like you never made a mistake in your life. Nobody is perfect. And I think that's another problem with the man, the black man. If he keeps on looking for this perfect woman, he will continue to sit in his room by himself doing videos or whatever else he's choosing to do because he's too close-minded. He's made mistakes. He's fallen. He's trying to learn and grow. But at the same token, he's busy kicking people in the ass. You cannot kick people in the ass. People mess up. Some people are not as sharp. Some people are not as bright. And some people just simply mess up because they're immature. So you have to know what you're doing and know what you're talking about when you go after people, when you start talking about people. You have to know what you're saying. Otherwise, you're being a little bit too judgmental when you start saying most people, most this and most that is this way. Most black women don't have nothing to talk about. Most black men, you're starting to judge now. Now you're starting to judge because you don't know what they have to talk about because you haven't spoken to most women. You haven't lived in your life to be able to speak to every black woman on the face of the earth to even say that. That's like me saying all black men are dogs or most black men are dogs. I choose to judge black men as individuals. I choose to get with them and judge them as an individual and let them prove and show me what type of person they are, opposed to saying they're all this way, because that's judging them. So again, these are my last words out. Anybody want to comment, please feel free to comment. And please be classy and mature about it. You don't have to be nasty about it. If you don't like anything that was said, try to be a little bit more classy. You don't even have to respond. But have some positive things to say. Share some things that you believe so we can exchange, ideas and share with each other. And that's what it's all about out here. Just positive energy. I'm just trying to build up black women to the fullest and letting them know at the end of the day, it's about how you feel. It ain't about how the man feels. It's about how you feel. If having long fake nails make you feel good, then I say do it. It makes him feel good to smoke his blunt. Ain't nobody telling him not to smoke his blunt and smoke his Black and Miles. So why can't you wear nails if that actually makes you feel comfortable in your own skin? So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I'm sorry, guys, but that's just the way it is. Black women, again, it's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. Otherwise, you become a slave and a servant to a man because you're doing everything that he wants to do all the time. And it's not fair to you. It's not fair to you. You should be able to do what you want to do and how you want to look and how you want to feel. You should be able to do that. Why you have to, become like a like some kind of mechanical robot? I can't stand it when I'm expressing my feelings and my emotions. All of a sudden the guy goes, stop, just stop. What am I supposed to do? Like turn into like some kind of robotic type of person now? You're too weak to allow me to be who I am to the fullest? This is ridiculous. That's why I can say we definitely all need unconditional love. This is Linda, I would say Galloway, and I just wanted to let women know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them already know. They'll be like, yep, you're right. It's about being comfortable in my own skin. Because you know how many times men have made you feel insecure because they told you needed this and you needed that to feel good. You know what you need. You know what you need to feel good. You know what's going to make you feel good. And that's what you got to focus on in this life. Because again, at the end of the day, this life you live in is your own. It is your own, and you got to do what's gonna make you what's best for you. You can't do something that's best for someone else. You're gonna always be insecure. If you please men because you want to please them, because you enjoy pleasing them, then you're living your true life. But if you're pleasing them and you really don't want to do this, then you're not living a true life. So again, at the end of the day, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. Women all over, black women, every woman. And again, If you want, feel free to leave a comment, and please be positive about it. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't leave me no nasty messages. Just leave me some positive messages so we can learn and share and grow. And feel free, men, to leave me some messages as well. And please be an adult about this, because at the end of the day, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. Peace out.